To this now, the Presidency of South Africa, seemingly in a bid to ease speculation, has now clarified that the final report of the Madlanga Commission will in fact be made public. And the interim report that is expected to be handed over on Wednesday, however, will not be made public. SABC News senior reporter Kenny Mapanga has the story. Professor Daniel Meyer from the School of Public Management, Governance and Public Policy at the University of Johannesburg joins us now for this discussion. Professor, it's great to have you with us. A very good afternoon. So this announcement has not only drawn quite a few questions and criticism, and rightfully so, concerning transparency, political interference and accountability, which in essence South Africans were promised right from this process. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, it seems like the interim report will not be released at this point of time. So it puts on a few alarm bells for us that we must look at good governance. And I think all of these commissions that the president appoints feels like he's kicking for the sideline, postponing things all of the time. And I think we need to have a different look at them. I hope you can still hear me clearly. Is that okay? Is the sound okay?
Yes, absolutely, Professor. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if we look at the principles of good governance, and transparency and openness is one of them, the foundations of it. And I would say that this interim report should also be released, even if it's a draft report. And the reason why they don't want to do it, they said, no, the witnesses will be affected and compromised. But this whole commission was actually in the public. So we have followed it and the public has followed it so far. And there has been quite serious allegations and discussions from these witnesses and all of the people that were called to the commission. So I would say still, even looking at the witnesses and the whistleblowers, they should be protected. They are not protected enough in South Africa. There's a lot of whistleblowers, as you know, that has been affected negatively, and even some of them have been killed, and it's not acceptable. But this keeping back of the report will not affect that. I don't think that is enough reason to say that. We need an open and fair government that allows for participation in these processes. It must be responsive, it must be effective governance, and there must be accountability if people are making mistakes. So that's very important that we have even a draft report available.
It's absolutely concerning there, Professor, and that's exactly what I was about to say the evidence is already public mostly, so why not bring everyone along so as to ensure that these questions of interference don't actually arise at a later stage. But Professor, let's also deal with the fact that the Commission is still dealing with that matter of the fact that the Commission can only make certain recommendations, and whether or not they'll be binding or result in any prosecutions still remains outstanding, right? Doesn't this then make the proceedings even more tainted, even well before reaching the crucial stage of phase 3 of the Commission?
No, I don't feel like that. I feel that even the Zondo Commission had its recommendations. It is still in the hands of the President to proceed with what the findings were listed to him. And it is political commitment to the process. I think that's all of it. I don't think these commissions has got enough power to proceed. And slowly but surely, we have seen some of the Zondo Commission recommendations being implemented, but not nearly enough. And I think this committee, this Madlanga Commission, has got enough powers. We have seen enough to know there is massive and systematic criminal infiltration into the police system. There is a lot of operational failure in the police system. There are many senior officials that have been implicated as part of corruption and collaboration with wrong people in South Africa. The SAPS has been negatively impacted. And then also decisions made by the minister, for example, are not based on facts and figures. It's not based on good processes. So the systems within the police system has definitely been negatively affected. And there has been political interference in cases in the police. So there's enough evidence that that we need to proceed with more in-depth analysis. I see also Parliament has got its own committee looking at the same type of issues. It means that there's a massive problem in South Africa in terms of law, rule of law and law and order. And that's also one of the foundations of good governance. Good law and order, a very good professional police service are required, and that is what us, the citizens, want. We just need good basic service delivery, and then everybody will be satisfied. So the recommendations of this commission are going to be very critical going forward. If we cannot trust the police service, we cannot trust the government. So it is very important that in this case, everything is implemented as found by this commission.
Absolutely. Professor, I mean, speaking of good governance there, what is your understanding then by the Presidency's announcement that, of course, this interim report will not be publicized? Because I remember when they were actually outlining their terms of reference, if you remember, Prof, I'm not sure, I stand to be corrected, there was supposed to be 2 interim reports before the final report, right? So does this then, in essence, according to your understanding, mean that we'll never see any of these interim reports, only the final draft or the final report at this stage?
Yes, I missed you for a moment there because of my my signal here, where I am far away in the Maldives at the moment. But I did catch the last piece. I think that we're not going to see these interim reports. We're not going to see it, and we should be seeing it. There's nothing secret. Our new government of national unity must be open and fair to everybody, include everybody, inclusiveness for everybody. So that is what they're saying they're going to do, and that is what we expect from them. Otherwise, for next year and 2029, we will have to relook and see the election again, because we cannot trust then if some of these findings are kept secret from the public. So nothing should be secret from this document, although whistleblowers must be protected much better going forward in this whole process.
Absolutely, Professor. We're going to leave it there. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your time in the Maldives. That is Professor Daniel Meyer on the announcement by the Presidency that, of course, the Madlanga interim report that was due on Wednesday, which is the 17th of December, will not be made public. But in fact, the Presidency confirms that the final report will be publicized.